We're right here at the halfway mark on our college football season with week 8 of action starting up this evening. We're looking at how our double rushers are doing right now, which of course are teams who outrush their opponents 2-to-1, 2-to-1 ratio. That is, these teams have huge success rates. And right now we're back with SBR analyst Joe Gavassi to break down how it's been going for us in the first 7 weeks of the season. Joe, through the first 7 weeks during your double rusher theory of this season in 2015, how has the success rate been so far for these teams?
Fortunately, this has been upheld by the Millennium records, which are approximately 75% against the spread, running right about that area here the first 8 weeks of the season. And as with the case of the 200 Club, doing even better now that conference play has started and the lines are a little more converged. So we get lower prices and a little bit easier to beat the lines and some of those higher lines early on. So it's been doing very well. In fact, over 80% the last 3 weeks since conference play began.
All right, now is there anything else we can add or look for when we're trying to find that perfect candidate for a double rusher cover? Do we need to look at a certain spread number? Do you take any other variables into account?
As always, with any handicap, you want to use more than one area of thinking. This is a stat approach to it, which analyzes the fundamental strengths of the team. But you also want to look at any supporting numbers you can as far as home road dichotomies, maybe a college coaching personality fact, as well, of course, of the situational plays, including bounce backs, letdowns, revenge, such situations as that. All of those are important. Maybe series dominance would be a good factor as well. So try to get your whole package here together, try to get a value price, and then this double rusher can be even stronger than on the raw numbers. As always, it is always best supported if we have a quality defensive team. Let's say they are not allowing 200 yards a game overland. And of course, the more yards that our opponent allows, the better it is for us.
All right, so we're heading into week 8 here then, Joe, as I just mentioned before. What's a double rusher play that you're seeing that's going to make us some cash this week?
Let's look at Air Force here as a double rusher. Obviously, the flyboy flex bone in good form again this year, running for over 300 yards a game and over 500 yards per rush. That makes him a candidate right there to be a double rusher in the game. In fact, they have double rushed 4 of their 6 opponents, and true to form, they've covered 75% of those games. Their opponent this week, the Fresno State Bulldogs, has a rushing defense which can easily be handled. In fact, 3 times this year, Fresno State has been double rushed 3 times. All 3 times they've lost the point spread. Fresno State does indeed allow more than 200 yards a game and more than 5 yards per rush, making them this ideal candidate to play against.
College football analyst Joe Gavassi, thanks again for being back with us.